Well, welcome everyone to your Vinyasa Yoga practice. My name is Kayvon. For those of you that are new to me, those of you familiar, welcome back. I'm glad you're here practicing. So today's practice, we're going to need strap and a couple of blocks available to you. And with that being said, we'll get started off lying on our backs, knees bent, feet to the floor, and just have your strap somewhere nearby, nice and handy. And as you lie down, just let your knees fall together towards the middle. Just feel your breath start to deepen throughout your body. And give yourself a moment to fully arrive for this practice. Whatever else has been taking up space in your mind cause you to exert a lot of energy from your body. See if you can let that all go and settle into this space here. And just for the next minute or so, staying with the breath as you ride the wave of the inhale all the way to the top and following the exhale all the way to the bottom. Feeling the depth of each cycle as it washes over your body. Good. On your next inhale, draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze of the knees. And take your right ankle on top of your left thigh as you come into a figure four shape. You can bring your hands to the back of your left thigh or the front of your left shin. Just keep your low back rooted into the floor and press your right outer thigh forward, firming the right outer ankle against the top of the left thigh. And as you steady your breath, see if you can use this practice today to really help create space in the mind for non-reactivity. Can you make the commitment here at the beginning of our practice to not become too reactive to any sensations or any patterns of energy in the mind? On your next exhale, just release both feet to the floor and feel the echo of sensation in that right hip. And take your left ankle now to your right thigh. Flex the foot actively, bring the hands to the back of the right thigh or the front of the right shin. Just be sure that the right and the left side of your low back feel balanced. And again, just settling into the breath, feeling out how's the body today in this left hip. Are you able to bring your full attention to the breath as it moves its way around the frame of your body? One more steady cycle of breath. On your exhalation, release both feet back to the floor. And locate your strap and place it around the sole of your right foot, either right above the ball mount, so right beneath the toes or right above the heel. And the strap is knit tightly with the fingers but held very lightly. And as you press your right thigh forward, draw the shoulders onto your back. And feel the breath breathing along the back of the right thigh. Several smooth cycles of breath here, just feeling the space in the back of the right leg, all the way from the hamstring to the calf. Now bring the strap into your right hand only, as you draw your left knee in towards your chest, clasping the front of the shin. And then, as though you're trying to pry these two apart, start to slowly open the legs, using that left leg more as like an anchor to elongate through your right inner thigh. If it feels sustainable here, you can bring your right elbow to the floor, continuing to reach through your right heel, Or maybe you need to bring a block underneath that right foot. Good. Take an inhale, bring everything back to the center. Remove your strap. And then lift your head and neck, rounding forward. So you have the right leg straight up, left knee bent, shoulder blades off the ground. And then begin to extend your right leg straight out. And then bring the left leg to meet the right leg for a hollow body shape here for 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees back into your chest. Let the head drop to the earth. Feet come back to the floor. Take a breath in and out. And then we'll take the second side. So the strap will come out to the ball mound of the left foot. As you extend left leg straight to the sky, make sure you pull down evenly through the inner and the outer edge of the foot for Supta Parangusthasana. And continue to press the left thigh forward towards the front edge of your mat as the shoulders rest heavily into the ground. Very good. Spread the toes so that you can see the ceiling above you. And anchor your low back into the floor beneath you. Bring the strap now into the left hand only. Grab your right shin with your right hand and slowly just let the two reach further apart from one another. As that left elbow comes towards the floor, that right knee is holding the weight so that the low back is stabilized from right to left. One more cycle of breath here, reaching long through the left inner heel. Slowly draw everything back to the center. Remove the strap, keep the left leg lifted. On your exhalation, lift the shoulder blades off the ground, reach the arms forward. Good. Then reach left leg forward to hover and hold. Right leg meets the left leg and breathe. Remember, non-reactivity here for 3. Just be with the sensation of engaging your core for 2. And 1. Knees to chest. And then you can rock forwards and back a few times until you make your way to all fours in a tabletop position. Once you arrive in all fours, spread the palms actively. Inhale, scoop your chest forward and up. Collarbones widen coming into the cow pose. Exhale, pressing round into the cat pose, Marjaryasana. Forehead wraps in towards the pubic bones. And just continue through your spine a few more times, spreading the breath as you find the flow experience of being fully present, fully captured by each moment in this practice. Good. Taking 2 more cycles of breath. Good. Come back to a neutral or a flat back position. Tuck your toes, lift up and back, come into the downward facing dog. Good. From your downward facing dog, let your head and neck be heavy. And really gently here, bend your left knee, drive your right heel to the floor. Now your inhale, lift both heels up high. Exhale, right knee bends, left heel drives down. You're just going to alternate back and forth a few times. Just breathing with a sense of noticing what's happening in each moment without really the need to respond. See if you can just let the mind be like an open sky, watching each cloud of sensation move through the experience. Good. Come back to a neutral downward facing dog. Inhale, come into plank pose, strong arms, chest reaches forward. Exhale, press up and back into down dog. Take an inhale and down dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward, back knee to the floor, and just let the hips drop to the ground as you draw your chin in towards your chest. Again, breathing into the front of this left hip with a greater sense of curiosity than anything. When we slow things down, we give ourselves a moment to breathe, what starts to appear? What is experience like in this moment? Begin to lift your head up. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back thigh. You can come to fingertips or hands to blocks if you'd like. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just begin to straighten through that right leg, drawing your right hip crease further back and folding over your right leg. Do that twice more. Inhale, bend that front knee, sternum lengthens forward, shoulders on the back. Exhale, lifting the hips up and back, hugging the outer hips together as you fold. Last one, inhale, come into the lunge, gaze slightly out in front of you, exhale, lifting hips back, folding forward. Inhale, rebend that front knee, and exhale, plant your hands, step back into down dog. Going to take a big breath in down dog. Exhale, left foot steps forward, back knee to the floor. So again, whatever setup you'd like here with your hands, you can come to a fist, dropping the chin into your chest and letting the hips slide forward and down. So the heavier you really let the head be here, the more of a connection I find between that right hip, right psoas, and the dropping of the head. So just feel that, breathe into the sensation in that right hip. Excellent. And then begin to lift your head carefully so it's in line with the rest of your spine. And again, come to fingertips or hands to those blocks. Lift the back thigh so you're in a low lunge. Inhale in your lunge. Exhale, try to lift the hip creases back evenly as you fold over that left leg as it straightens. Two more. Inhale. Left knee bends, heart reaches forward. Exhale, lifting deep from the hips, up and back, pressing through the center of that left foot. Again, inhale, shifting forward, low lunge. Exhale, lifting hips back, straightening left leg. Inhale, rebend that left knee, plant your palms, step back into down dog. Take a big breath in dog pose, press the earth away, lift the sitting bones up and back. As you exhale, knees come down to the floor. Take your blocks out in front of you, and you're going to set them up about shoulder width distance apart. And then you'll bring your left elbow, then your right elbow down so that the backs of the arms are more towards the blocks, and bring your hands into a prayer. Walk your knees back so that your hips are right over top of your knees, and press your elbows down against the blocks as you wrap the outer arms towards the floor. Now you can keep the palms here pressing together, or you can tent the fingers like you're holding a softball or a melon. And then keep pressing the outer arms down, keep spinning the inner arms up. Let the head drop a bit heavier towards the floor. And can you notice what this sensation is like without the need to react or respond to what unfolds? Very nice. Start to come forward, releasing the shoulders. And take your hands off your blocks. And you can sit to a block if you'd like as we come into Hero's Pose briefly. Hero's Pose, we're going to take the arms back, interlace the palms together, roll your chest open, spreading the collarbones wide apart. Keep a little bend into the elbows so that the chest opens as you contain through the front rib cage. Slow breath in, even deeper breath out. Good. Release both arms. Bring your hands to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet forward as you come into a forward fold. at the front edge of your mat. Head and neck drop heavily towards the floor. And releasing everything down as you ground to both feet. On your inhale, bring your hands to your shins, reach your heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Find a firmness in the back body to open the front. Exhale, fold back into your legs, releasing the head and neck completely. Inhale, again, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Firm the kneecaps, lift them up and squeeze them. Exhale, fold back into the legs. Inhale, we rise up, reach the arms to the sky. Gazing up at the thumbs. Exhale, the arms surrender to your sides as you stand tall. And for a breath or two, just feel your body standing upright. Notice the weight distribution between the right and the left foot. Feel your tailbone anchored heavy to the floor as you inhale, arms reach up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale as you fold back into the legs, Uttanasana. A little bend into the knees is fine here. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine forward. Exhale, folding deeply back into the legs. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bring the arms to your sides. We'll do that twice more. Nice, slow, controlled movement. Inhaling. Feel like you can spread the breath. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold back into your legs, releasing the head completely. Inhale, we rise, reaching tall. Thigh bones back. Exhale, arms to your sides. Last time through, inhale, reach the arms up, extending through ring fingers. Exhale as you bow forward, floating the head and neck to the floor. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold and deepen the fold in the hip crease. Inhale, we rise. The breath carries you a little bit taller, right at the top. Exhale, arms rest at your sides. And again, just feel the energetic residue of the body. Feel the breath, the temperature, any tingling or vibration. Very good. On your inhale, arms going to reach to the sky once more. Exhale as you fold back into yourself. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the heart. Exhale, right foot back, knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. From dog pose, inhale, come forward into plank. Strong arms, inner thighs lengthening skyward. Exhale, come all the way down to the floor. Stretch the tops of the feet back. Low belly lifts. Inhale into the cobra pose. Feel the shoulder blades draw down the back. Heart scoops forward and up. Exhale, press back through all fours. Downward facing dog. Smooth inhale, feeling the thigh bones firming and pressing back. On the exhale, wrapping the outer shins forward. Inhale in dog pose. As you exhale, right foot forward, back knee down. Inhale, arms reach into the sky. This time you're going to bend your left elbow, bring your left hand between your shoulder blades. With your right arm, you're going to grab that left outer arm, draw it in, lift it up, and hug it back. And just continue that loop here. So it's in, up, back, as you continue to lower the hips forward and down. Now you may feel like if you can get your head right to your elbow crease, you can lean back and accentuate the stretch in the front of that left hip, maintaining the front rib cage drawing down. Last in breath. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step forward, back into a standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky, reaching up, look up. Exhale, surrender the arms to your sides. And again, just a breath or two to notice, to reflect on the inner experience as well as the outer. Good. Inhale, let's bring the arms into the air once more, reaching the fingers higher. Exhale as you fold back into the legs, Uttanasana. Inhaling, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, left foot back, knee down. One breath, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, down dog. From dog pose, inhale, rock forward into plank. Exhale, come all the way down. This time, take both arms back, palms face down, and then lift the legs up, lift the chest up. Keep the hands pressing down into the floor. With the hands pulling forward, move the shoulders further onto your back. Now lift the arms up so everything's lifted from the floor. Shalabhasana for 3, 2, 1. Hands back to the chest, and then press back into downward facing dog. Take a big in breath, and exhale, feel the low belly draw deeper into the spine as the head drops heavy between the hands. Inhale here. Exhale, bring that left foot forward, back knee down. Inhale, the arms reach up, lifting from the side body. Bend the right elbow this time, hand comes to the shoulder blades. That right arm will assist, or the left arm will assist the right elbow, drawing it in, up, and back. Again, wrapping the outer arm forward, hugging in, up, and back. As you hug the front body into the back body, lower the hips down and lean your head back. That's it. Take another breath here, find a little more space, and exhale the hands to the floor, step forward, back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold deeply back into your legs. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, arms at your sides. Smooth the breath out. Just finding your awareness settling on the inhale and the exhale, just as we began our practice. On your next inhale, bend the knees, sit back into a chair pose, Utkatasana. Hips draw back, outer hips hug in. Exhale as you fold forward back into the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. You can step or hop back through vinyasa. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. On the in-breath, lift your right leg up and back. As you exhale, turn the right toes out to the side, and as you ground the left heel, wrap the left outer thigh back. So can you be here with whatever's unfolding? Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, step forward. Seal the back foot in and down, rise up into first warrior, Virabhadrasana 1. Deep bend into the front knee. Arms are lifting you up from the side body. As you exhale, bring your arms down by your sides and begin to straighten your front leg as you pivot your back heel high. You're going to shift forward, come into warrior 3. So the arms are reaching back, right outer hip peels back, left outer hip wraps down towards the floor. Find a bit more length in the spine, shoulders stay on your back. As you exhale, you're going to bring your left hand to the floor and take your, or a block, and take your right arm up. So coming into a twist here, lifting from that left inner thigh, spreading and opening across the chest. For 3, 2, 1. Begin to bend your right knee, come back into warrior 1 on the inhale. As you exhale, straighten your front leg, This time we'll take the arms back behind us. So you'll either press the fists into one another or maybe bring the hands to a reverse prayer or reverse namaskar. You can shorten your stance a bit, and as you press the inner palms or the fists together, roll the shoulders onto your back and start to move towards a back bend with those outer hips gathering in. Exhale, begin to hinge forward and fold, maintaining the length in your spine. So as you press down into the feet, the hips are drawing back. As you fold forward, try to keep an open chest. For 3. You can be here without reacting, just noticing for 2. And 1. You're going to release the hands. Take your left hand to the floor, either inside or to the outside of your right foot, or to a block. And then right arm's going to reach up, coming into revolved triangle pose, Pavrita Trikonasana. Again, as you hug the outer hips together, see if that gives you more length through the spine. And maybe you don't need a block. Last breath here. Excellent. Hands down to the floor. Bend your front knee. Come into a lunge first. And step back through the vinyasa or straight into down dog. And we'll all come back into downward facing dog eventually. This time in your dog pose, just take a full breath in and out to feel grounded into all 4 points of connection with the floor. On your next inhale, float the left heel up and back, turn the left toes open, rolling the left thigh and hip open, and then peel that right outer thigh back as you ground the right heel. Inhale, get longer into that left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Come into first warrior, so the back foot seals in and down, arms lift up. Good, as you exhale, the arms will come to your sides. Peel your back heel up away from the floor and shift forward into warrior 3. So the balance work here comes from hugging towards the midline with the outer hips and reaching longer from crown of the head through the back heel. Last breath, find stability. Then right hand to the floor or block. Block's very helpful here. Left arm reaches up as you turn. Keep lifting from the right inner thigh as the left foot presses down and the outer hip hugs back and in. For 3, 2, 1. You'll bend the left knee. Slowly return back to first warrior. And then take the arms back, straighten the front leg, hands to reverse namaskar. So the higher you get the hands up the back, the easier this tends to be. As you push the hands together, chest floats open, tailbone anchors, then begin to hinge and fold. Steady your breath and soften your gaze. Let it be very wide. As you continue to feel the connection between your feet, moving through the rest of your body. Last inhale, go a little bit longer. As you exhale, right hand will release down. Left arm reaches to the sky. Again, you may use a block, you might not need it. See if you can turn from your right low belly as you reach open. For 3, see if you can be here fully with your attention. For 2, and 1, hands to the floor, bend that front knee, plant the palms, and step back into down dog. Option to take a vinyasa here or skip it. Very good. From your downward facing dog, step your left foot forward between the hands and pivot the feet wide. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. As you ground into the hands, you can have the hands to the floor, fingertips or blocks. Feel that your spine is reaching you longer as the feet ground you into the floor. Kneecaps are firmly lifting up, thigh bones pressing back. And you'll take your right hand around your left outer calf, left fingertips right in front of the left toes. And as you bend your right elbow, let your head and neck drop towards the earth and lean away from that left leg. So you really start to feel this in the right shoulder pocket, upper right shoulder pocket. You can even bend your right knee a bit to help open up that space and behind that right shoulder. Go ahead, release back to the center. And feel the effects of what we just did. And then walk your hands over so the right fingertips will frame the right toes. Left hand clasps to the outside of that right shin. Head and neck drop as you bend that left elbow and lean away from the left leg. So again, for me, this is right behind the left shoulder blade, between the shoulder blade and the spine. And if you need more, you can bend the left knee, bringing more attention, greater stretch into the back of the left shoulder. Very good. Release back to the center. Bring your hands to your hips, press your hamstrings forward, and rise upright. We'll take the arms back now to interlace the palms, peeling the chest open. If you can't interlace the palms, you can grab your strap here, pulling your strap apart to open the chest with the palms facing forward. So don't force yourself into this position if it's not working. Take an inhale here as you ground the feet, lift the heart, drop the tail down. Exhale, fold forward into the legs. Releasing your head towards the floor. You might even bring a block there so your head can just kind of plop and release. Again, keep a soft bend into the elbows. Keep a firm rooting of the feet down. On your exhale, release the hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, spin back towards the front edge of your mat. Plant your hands and step back into down dog. And from your downward facing dog, right foot will step forward between the hands. Back knee down. And then bring the hands to the front thigh as you lift the torso up. So again, we're going to take that same bind with the arms, but this time you can use your strap. And as you take your strap up, so the left arm is reaching up, you'll bend the elbow, reach that left arm back up to connect with the strap so that the hands are connected. And see if you can get the hands maybe a little bit closer with one another. Feel that the elbows are lengthening away from one another as the low belly lifts and the hips drop down. So rather than feeling like you're settling into the pose, feel like the lower half is sinking into the ground as the upper half of the body grows taller. And then maybe start to lean back. Very good. One more inhalation. As you exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. Exhale, take a vinyasa. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale into the downward dog. Inhale in the dog pose. Exhale, bring your left foot forward. Back knee down. And then as you come upright, again, find your strap. And that right arm will bend as the left arm reaches out, thumb facing down, lifting up. And then the hands slowly get a bit closer together. And then see if, as the legs draw you deeper in towards the ground, that the torso can continue lifting upright. Steady breath, soften the eyes. And can you be here without reacting? Can you notice the chaos and still maintain a sense of calm? There's a lot happening in the body in this moment. Acknowledge that, yet be present to it. Good. Release the arms with control. Plant your hands, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Exhale, take a vinyasa. Inhale into the up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale breath. And as you exhale, bring your right shin forward into a pigeon pose. So we're going to take a few breaths here in our pigeon. So start by really pushing the right outer shin down, and the top of the back foot pushes down and pulls forward. Then the outer hips cinch together towards the middle so that you can almost lift upright here. So see if you can try lifting without your hands, feeling that outer shin pushing down, left foot and thigh pulling forward. Maintain that same level of activity if you can, and start to come forward and down. So you're welcome to bring a block underneath your forehead for a bit more support. And just feel your breath illuminating the space in your body. And as the sensations change over time, see if you can detect all the subtle differences, all the minute detail. It really gives us a sense of nuance each time we come to the practice, each time we revisit our bodies with movement, with breath. Very good. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press yourself back into a downward facing dog. From here, lift both heels up high. Drop the heels to the left as you stretch out through that whole right side that just had a bit of shortening as it was forward in pigeon. Keep lifting hips back, pressing the arms forward, and come back into downward facing dog. Inhale here in dog pose. Exhale, bring your left shin forward into pigeon. And press your right outer shin down and the top of the back foot and thigh pull forward. So again, it's as though you could push down so much and hug in from the outer hips that you're lifting yourself away from the floor. Find more of an upright spine. Take another in breath. And as you exhale, maintain that work of the legs. Just come forward into a pigeon pose. So we'll be here for a few breaths, noticing the changes moment by moment. Really, our yoga practice is an effort in discernment. Recognizing when we have become distracted, when we become reactive, so that we can harness our attention, our awareness, and bring it back into the present moment, back to what's important. Feel the exhales draw you deeper into the posture. Very well done. And bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Press back into your downward facing dog. Again, lift your heels up really high, but keep the sitting bones reaching further up and back, and then drop the heels over to the right so you stretch out the whole left side. Inhale, come back to down dog. Exhale, drop the knees to the floor and bring the feet out in front of you. So we're going to take reverse tabletop here. Feet are going to be about 18 inches or so out in front. If your shoulders are tight, thumbs facing forward, or if your shoulders feel fine, then your fingers are going to face straight ahead. Roll your shoulders onto your back. Chest opens up, inhale. Exhale, press into your feet, lift up, coming into your reverse tabletop. You can drop the head back, look down the cheekbones, chest stays open. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Start to lower down both sitting bones to the floor. You'll take the right foot forward and bring your left foot in towards your right inner thigh. So you come into your Janu Shasana. As you ground your sitting bones, take an inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, up and over that right thigh. Bringing the hands to the sole of the right foot as you fold forward. Inhales help you to elongate the front of the spine. Exhales, wrapping that left flank around to fold you deeper in. Take 3 more breaths. Last inhale. Good. On your next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Coming out of the pose. Bring that left knee in. Bring both feet to the floor. And then hands to the floor back behind you. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, press into the feet, lift up, bridge pose. Or rather, coming into reverse tabletop. Opening the chest, letting the head draw back. Looking down the cheeks, last breath here. Exhale, slowly lower down. Left leg extends forward. Right knee out, drawing the sole of the right foot in towards the left inner thigh. Again, as you press down into your seat, lift up to lengthen your spine so you reach over that left leg as you fold. Hands can clasp the left foot. You can bring it to the shin, wherever you can reach. Use your inhales to stretch forward through the front of the spine. Exhales to fold deeper. Good, about 5 breaths in total. Each inhale, grow longer. Each exhale, fold into that leg. Inhale. Exhale, hugging the low belly back as you fold deeper. Last breath. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come out of the pose. Bring your hand to your right outer knee. Take the foot forward. And then both feet to the floor. Last time here, reverse tabletop. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, press down into the feet. Lift up. Packing the hamstrings up as the inner thighs descend down. Last 3. Opening up front body, knees reaching forward. 2. And 1, slowly lower down. Bring the soles of the feet together now into Baddha Konasana, the bound angle pose. As you press the feet together, the knees reach wide apart. Begin to fold forward at the hip creases. Notice here too the difference between the effort of back bending and the ease of forward folding. Notice the different tone in the body, and in particular the nervous system.
Good. Come on up, nice and slow. And bring the knees in. And we'll take the legs straight out for Upavishta Konasana. So legs out nice and wide. And you might need to sit up to a blanket here. Depending on if you feel like you're falling backwards, then it's really good to bring something underneath your seat so that you can get more upright on your pelvis. From here, ground the fingertips behind you, lift the chest up, and exhale, begin to hinge forward any amount. Maybe here is enough of a forward fold for you today, and that's fine, be there. If you have the space, you can start to make your way forward, descending the spine towards the floor, maintaining this state of mind of non-reactivity rather than burning up with an emotion where it continues to perpetuate. Just notice it arise and watch it dissipate. Everything is constantly in this flux, a shifting change in every pattern. So we're going to take a few different movements here to make some more space in the side body, and then we'll move into a twist. So you're going to bring your right arm to the inside of your right thigh as you sweep your left arm forward, reaching forward as much as possible, opening up the chest, turning gaze upward. And then to come to the other side, you're going to reach forward. Keep finding more space through that left side. And then as that left forearm comes to the inside of the left thigh, that right arm is going to sweep through the midline, reaching forward. As you turn and open the chest, you're going to go nice and slowly back and forth, maintaining that each time you reach forward, you're going to find just a bit more space, like you're slowly carving an inch or a millimeter of space or of range through the reach of your fingers, through the extension of the legs. Inhales to extend, exhales to twist deeper. And you can play around with which feels best for you. You can maybe hold for a breath or two if you feel like you find a really good spot. And one more time each side, go nice and slowly, almost like you're moving through mud. Balance it out so you're even on both sides. And then come back to the center. Keeping this work of the legs, you're going to turn over to the right and bring your right hand to the outside of your right calf. And then fold forward as you bow down, very similar to what we did standing. Except those of you that can reach and find the sole of your right foot with your left hand, go ahead and grab it, and then with your right hand push into the floor so that you're not leaning too far over that right leg. Firm the right kneecap and fold into that right leg for 3. Wrapping the left side of the body around for 2. And 1. You're going to carefully come back through the center, taking the right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin, using that left arm to push you back more towards the center. And if you can, by all means, grab the inside edge of your foot, pushing that left hand away from you to brace and fold over that left leg. Last 3. Breathe for 2. and one. Come back through center. Come all the way upright. Hands to the backs of the knees. Close the legs together. So I'm going to give you an opportunity here now to either take your legs up the wall, so you're welcome to come over to a wall where you have space, and just bring your legs up against some support. Your legs don't have to be straight here. You just have the support of the wall. Pretty effortless inversion practice here. Those of you that would like to do a little bit more of an inversion practice, maybe coming into your headstand or forearm balance, just make sure that it doesn't feel like it's too much effort for you here towards the end of your practice. So if you can come up easily into your headstand or forearm balance, then you can come there, or bring your legs up the wall, resting with legs in the air, viparita karani, or legs up the wall. If you're coming into headstand, bring the very top of your head into the floor and solidify the outer palms against the ground. Tuck your toes under and lift your thigh bones up. Start to maybe draw the knees into your chest. And you can begin to lift up, or you can do it with straight legs. Try to squeeze the inner thighs together as you lift from the back ribs. Lift the tailbone to the sky and keep squeezing the heels, inner ankles together. And once you're there, make sure you're also prioritizing the breath. Take about 5 more cycles of breath here, wherever you are. Following to the top of the inhale, all the way to the bottom of the exhale. If you're in headstand, just come to a child's pose for a couple breaths. If you're in legs up the wall, stay with legs up the wall. If you're in legs up the wall, just make your way back over to your mat if you moved, and we'll all transition to lying on our backs. And give yourself a hug by drawing the knees into your chest, and come into a happy baby pose. So a Nanda Balasana, kick your feet up against your hands, and with your hands pulled down against the feet, spreading the feet. As you're ready, just rock over to the right side of your spine. Really feel all of your weight drop down, almost like you're adding pressure intentionally to massage these tissues on the right side of the spine. And slowly come back to the center. Come over to the left side now. Feel the weight anchored down into the left side of the spine. Left shoulder, left hip stay anchored. One more breath. Roll back to the center. And then lastly, we'll just finish with a twist. So if you want to take right leg on top of the left, or just keep the knees stacked, whatever feels best for you, just move the hips a few inches to the right as you take the knees over to the left. Spreading the upper back wide. And just letting the breath do the rest of the work here. Really surrendering effort in these last few postures.
unwind your legs, come back to the center, and move your pelvis over to the other side. Taking left knee on top of the right, and drop the legs over to the right. And see if you can really start to soften the effort of the mind. So it takes quite a bit of work to oftentimes not react, to contain, work through things. And so as we start to finally move towards Shavasana, just feel yourself taking on more of a receptive tone, more open mental space. As you unravel the legs, come back to the center, and adjust your pelvis so it feels just right. Release into your final Shavasana, your corpse pose. And feel the full weight of your body resting in space. If you notice any remaining gripping or engagement, see if you can let it dissipate, especially around the belly, the muscles in the face, the eyes, the jaw. Gently turn your attention towards your breathing once again. Carefully start to deepen your breath in and out. You may start to move your hands and your feet. Perhaps turn your head from side to side. Roll out through ankles and wrists. And one at a time, just bring your knees into your chest. Pick a side, roll to it. And then use your hands to push yourself on up to a comfortable seat. And soaking in these last few moments of your practice, can you make the commitment to practice this mode of being wherein we're not reactive, we're really trying to engage with the present moment exactly as it is. And in gratitude for one another in this time to be alive and share this practice. Namaste.